Okay, we are live. Good morning. My name is Sylvie Roy, and I am the owner of eclairlips. We are a small business located in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada, and we make natural lip balm. So I'm really glad you're joining us. If you can just let us know in the comments if you can hear us. This is the first time that we do a live with like this elaborate a setup. I know it probably doesn't look elaborate, but it felt very elaborate for us to set it up. So if there's any problems with the audio, anything that's not checking out, just please let us know. So what I'm going to be doing today is making lip balm live with you guys. So a whole batch from start-ish to finish. So earlier, when was it? Last week, actually, I was asking our followers and the people on my mailing list what they would like us to make, and I was feeling in the mood for a peachy flavor. So I have one called peach pie and one called peaches and cream. And peaches and cream won by a landslide. So that's what we're going to be making today. So it's available on our site right now. I was letting people pre-order it to give me an idea about how many tubes we should be making. So we sold quite a few of them, and today I'm going to be making 75. I'm hoping we're going to get 75 out of this. And there should be some leftovers. So if you want to buy some, there I counted to have a few extras. And I'll get Mario to share the link for the peaches and cream in the comments. But yeah, that's what we're going to be making today, and we'll be chatting with you too. Mario's working the comments, and he's going to pop in later because we're going to be doing labeling, and labeling is that's his specialty. I'm not the greatest at setting up the machine that we have. So yeah, the first thing that I'm going to do is start to set up my tray. So before I do that, I'll get my gloves on, and yeah, I'm curious where you guys are watching from, and I can't see any screens. So Mario, you can maybe let me know if you've got people joining and telling me where they're from. Over here, I know it's very early. Over here, we are in a time zone that is called Atlantic time zone. So we're actually 1 hour ahead of Eastern time. So it's 10 a.m. over here. I always quote things in Eastern time because that seems to make sense to people. And if I say Atlantic, it makes sense to people out here in Atlantic Canada, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, so I know it's early. So if you're catching us on the replay too, I'm very glad to have you here. So if you've seen any of my short form video, I do a lot of that, and I'm always scraping the lip balm and I use these trays. So what these are is they're lip balm filling trays. And this side is, I don't know if you can see, but it's very flat, it's got all holes. And then on this side, again holes, but they're a little bit recessed in. And what happens is it allows us to put the lip balm tubes into the tray so that it basically acts like a gigantic funnel so that we can pour all of the lip balm in, and it's very easy. So today I'm doing 75. So each of these rows has 15. So I'm going to count out, okay, French Canadian, and I count in French. Okay, so that's how many rows I'm going to need to get the 75. And when I'm not doing a full tray, I always pop a couple in the corners because you don't want it to be lopsided. So this is not a part of the process that I show all the time when I'm doing short form video because, I don't know, it's like probably one of the more tedious parts of the process. We've gotten pretty quick in it, but I don't know, it's not the most interesting. People tend to really enjoy the scraping and pouring and that kind of stuff too. And questions, I get so many questions. Like when I started sharing, I started doing this, like making lip balm as a business in 2015, but it was only like in 2021. And I think I started making videos. And I was so self-conscious about it, but one day I thought, you know what, I'm gonna set up my phone, I'm just gonna film the whole process. And they went viral, which really, I don't know, I'm not used to doing things that are super successful right off the bat. You know, I thought I'm gonna share a video, a couple hundred people will see it. But I was getting so many questions, like things I never imagined that people would be interested to know about this whole lip balm making process. So the past couple of years, ever since then, I've just been making a lot of short form video answering people's questions. But yeah, people are very curious about this tray, how it works, why I don't use a smaller tray, why. And basically the answer as to why we use these trays is because I like them and I have them and they work well. So instead of having all different size trays, I just find ways to make them work for whatever size batch it is that I want to make. So yeah, I'm almost done. That was pretty quick. And yeah, there we go. So now the next thing that I do, so I think everybody knows how a lip balm tube works, but you twist the bottom to make it come up and twist it to make it go back down. So normally they're all like, when we receive them like clean, we don't wash them, because could you imagine trying to wash these things? Like they would just get full of water and they wouldn't dry properly. So they're kind of like Starbucks cups. Like they don't wash Starbucks cups, they come clean and sanitized and you use them like that. But sometimes they are twisted up a little bit, which means you wouldn't be getting quite a full tube. So what I do is I just run my finger along all of them, because they would just need like a tiny twist to make sure that they're going all the way up. You wanted to actually make videos, or I guess like capture all the sounds of the lip balm making, and like make some sort of a video with it, like sample all the different sounds, because there's a lot of interesting sounds that happen when we're doing all of this. But yeah, so technically I could flip this over and start filming, but there's actually one more step that I'm going to do, because you realize that doing this step is it's a lot easier to do it before we go on and pour the lip balm. So what I've got here are teeny tiny stickers, and they're actually batch codes. So they help us identify this batch, and we can trace it back to the ingredients we use. We have like a record that I fill out with. It's got like the recipe, the measurements, and just basically quality control stuff. So this links back, that number links back to all of that. So what we do is we stick these to the bottom of the tube. And yeah, it's a lot easier to do that when these are in here. So Mary was going to come, were you going to come and film it closer? No? We do that. We were hoping to get a setup with like an overhead camera, but we're not there yet. So basically overhead.
It's coming.
Overhead is Mario picking up the camera and just filming. But yeah, this process is pretty quick. And I get a lot of questions of like, why do you do it like this? Why don't you do it like that? And I tend to try to give like a detailed answer, but honestly, a lot of times it just boils down to like, there's two of us here and we do things the way that works for us. So like, I don't know, I always find
we could show them the printer that we tried.
Oh my God, no, because that will put me in a bad mood.
Yeah, we had a printer that actually printed the batch codes on the tubes, so you would just scan, but it didn't work very well. In
theory, it was going to be amazing, and I sunk down a lot of money for that thing, and it didn't work. We got some gray hair, and
it'll be nice to like label stuff at home with it, probably.
I don't know. I don't think we have a need for like inkjet.
The kids' toys.
I guess so. I don't know. But yeah, so this is like, and that's what's funny. Like people will talk to me about automating and there must be a faster way, but sometimes when you're making, if you're a huge company and it's worth it and you need to make tons and tons of product, it can totally be helpful to have automation and machines that help you do things faster. But when you're just making small batches, what we found is the more gadgets we try to get, the more time we spent fighting and being frustrated and troubleshooting with the gadgets, and it would just take us a long time. And like there's always a learning curve for things, which I totally understand, but some things were just a lot more trouble than what they were worth. Like they weren't, I don't know, they were not saving us time, they were just making us angry. So it's just easier sometimes and more practical to do things the old school way. Like when I look at this and I see how long we fiddled and we worked with the company to try to troubleshoot the printer thing, and I'm like, we could have just been doing this all along. Like, but anyways. Yep.
Tis what it is.
Oh, this one's a little, just like stick it in there. All right. I don't know if people even notice these. Like, sometimes it's like a weird spot to put them, so sometimes I get them.
Some people might think that that's like, this is the, what number is that? It's the
The 121,924th.
Yeah, they're upside down. I can't see that. There.
Yeah.
We definitely made more lip balm than that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I remember a couple of years ago, I had calculated, I think it was in 2020, and I had figured it made like at least 100,000. And I was like, wow. Which like, yeah, like that was wow. And since then though, we've made so much more than that. Like it's so just crazy to think about how much lip balm, like how many times we've like stuck tubes into these things and stuff. So the one disadvantage I'm realizing to this setup is that I can't see any of the comments, because I know usually when I go live I get questions. So do you want to have a look and see if you've got questions? Yeah, because I think we need to get like a screen that I can see. Yeah. And this whole like live thing, the setup can be very technical and expensive. We bought actually some nice, well, I don't know, I'm saying they're nice, they look nice. Like it was a set that we got from Amazon. They got delivered to our house, so that like this morning, so that's not helpful. So I actually have like these torch lights I got at Canadian Tire because there's somebody else that was doing like YouTube how-to videos, like she was giving techniques and she was saying like those torch lights are really good. So hopefully they're doing the job today. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can do for a live setup. So now I'm gonna put some gloves on again, and we're gonna get to the fun part. So what I've done for today is we pre-make the lip balm. So I guess it's like, if you think you went to the store and you bought like cake mix to make a cake, except we don't go get cake mix at the store. We like make a humongous batch of cake mix, and by cake mix I mean lip balm base. So lip balm base is unflavored lip balm. So we make a huge batch of it, and that's what this thing is for. It's a big melter, and this one is same idea, but it's just like a little bit smaller we've got different purposes for what we do. But we make a huge batch, so that makes actually, my batch is 75 kilograms that I make. Is it? Yeah, it's, oh my god, yeah, it is kilograms. Is it yeah, 75, I was like, is it pounds? But no, it's kilograms. So that's like, what, 150 pounds of lip balm? Oh, that's just like, that's what it is. It just like still blows my mind. I started doing this in my kitchen with like little pots, so to think that we make like 150 pounds in that thing. So anyways, we store it all, like, you can't see it, but it's stored like in these containers. And what I do is I scoop out what it is that I need to make a batch that day, and then I melt it in, I think you can only see part of this thing in the shop, but it's basically one of those big buffet trays. Like, you know when you go to a buffet and there's like a huge tray of like fried rice? Well, that's what it is. Except what I do is I set down pots of lip balm in there. So this is the one that I've got pre-measured, and it's good. That thing is good for melting down like smaller quantities of lip balm, not huge quantities, and it's also really good for keeping my my pitchers warm. Because what happens with the lip balm is that it sets up pretty quickly if it's on a surface that's a little bit cooler. So that will help keep it warm, so that I'm not always fighting with the pot because things are seized up on the side. And this over here is my flavoring. So I pre-measured this. So this doesn't look fancy because it's just like a little mason jar, but it smells really nice. So now all I gotta do is mix that into that. I don't know if you wanna come do a close up of this. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's interesting. Was there any questions?
No.
No questions?
Not yet.
Okay. Maybe we're too early.
There's people from all over the place, though.
Okay, you gotta look here. You have to shout them out for me because I can't see.
Oh.
Okay, so this is just going in here, and like you can see, can you tell at the bottom that like it's like a different color where the flavoring hit? And the reason for that is like it's a little more solid because the flavoring is cool, or like the flavoring is room temperature. So yeah, so I'm just gonna give this a little stir. Make sure we didn't have any on the sides, but it doesn't look like any flavor hit the sides.
Smells good.
Yeah, so this one, the peaches and cream, I mean, it's I feel funny sometimes giving these elaborate descriptions, like I can do it, but it smells like peaches and cream. It smells like peaches, and it's got like nice warm vanilla flavor to it as well. So it's different. We have another one that's peach pie, and that one's just it's more fruity, and it's got like a little tiny bit of like cinnamon spice to it, like the slightest bit. But this one is like definitely more warm, like the vanilla cream part. So I'm just gonna stick this back in my warmer for a sec. And now I'm gonna come here, and I gotta figure out my voodoo magic. So the thing I get the most questions about, and if you've been watching any of my shorts, you'll know this and you'll laugh. So when you pour a lip balm, you can pour and fill up the tube and it looks fine. Then as it starts to cool, it shrinks down and it forms like a dip. So I want to try and avoid the dip, and the way to do that is you need to overfill it. So you fill it with more than you need. So let's say I were to fill all this with more than I need, and then I scrape it off the top. But then I've got extra stuff, and it's like this perpetual cycle. And I always find it very hard to explain. The shorts are probably the best way to understand it if you're new here. But I have a way to end the cycle by blocking. So right now this batch is enough to fill all of these. But if I try to fill them all right now, they're all gonna have dips because I haven't overfilled any. So this technique that I'm gonna use, I'm gonna block some of them off and only fill some of them, and they'll be all full. Anyways, you're gonna see.
It builds like a lip balm pool.
It does.
Like a pool.
Okay, so I'm gonna, and people ask me how I know how many to block off. When I do a whole tray. Experience. Well, it's experience and calculations. Right now, this is just gut. Like this is just me following my gut. And I'm gonna, this isn't a size that I normally make. Okay, so I'm gonna go with this. Actually, I like just giving these quick look to make sure it looks good. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay. So now I'm going to be quiet so you can hear the sounds because this is one of the cool sounds.
If only they could smell it too.
Yeah. It always smells good in here. It's funny when delivery people come and they're so perplexed. Like, what do you people do here? Splash. And I get a lot of people who will ask like, oh, you wasted, you splashed, why? It looks awkward. If I wasn't filming this, like I would have this close to me, but you have to contort yourself a little bit because people will be like, that looks awkward the way you're holding it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know, sometimes it is awkward. It's just because we're trying to get the shot. So now what we need to do is just wait for it to solidify. And it's only going to take a couple of minutes. It doesn't take all that long. So I don't know what's more interesting, watching that or watching me. But
here, I'll place the camera here somehow. I'm not sure I'm going to do that.
Maybe
we're not organized yet when it comes to
just put it
cameras.
there and
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
come back back and zoom. But it's not gonna take long. Like I can already see that it's getting a little bit cloudy. And I guess a common thing I can compare it to is like a candle. So if you light a candle when it's really melted, you know, the part of the wax that's melted is very liquid, you can see through it. And then if you blow out your candle, it's still a little, it gets like a little mucky as it starts to harden back up. And that's basically, oh yeah, like it's almost, I can even move it like this now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the top is solid, and now we're just waiting for everything in the tubes to harden, because I can see there's all like these little darker holes showing like that the tube hasn't hardened yet, but what's inside the tube. But yeah, so that's what I call the first pour. I'm gonna wait before I touch that. But we're gonna wait.
Question.
Got a question? Okay.
Do you order the flavoring, or do you make it like you make the base? No,
flavoring we order, and it's actually flavoring that's custom made to be used in lip balms. That was one thing I realized when I started, because I was like in a real crunchy mama phase when I started doing this, and I was like, everything's gonna be natural. And then the more I researched, because I was like, I'm only going to use essential oils, because I was convinced that essential oils were the best. And there's nothing bad. Like, they're not bad, but you definitely have to know your stuff with essential oils. And I realized very quickly that I couldn't achieve the kind of flavors that I wanted. And also that you had to be really careful, because essential oils are potent and they actually have effects on people. Like, people want to use them as medicine, and it's because they do things. So let's say pregnant people, for example, there's a lot of essential oils that they need to avoid. And I thought, okay, that's a whole other thing that I would have to learn about, and I'm not even sure that I'd be able to achieve the kind of lip balms that I want to be making with essential oils. So I thought, I'm going to go the route of using they call them lip balm flavor oils, because I know that they've been formulated by people who understand, because the lip balm flavor oils that we use may contain essential oils, but it's done by people who totally understand what percentage is safe, what can be used on lips, what can't. Like, there's certain essential oils that if you put them on your skin, like orangey ones, and you go up in the sun, like they cause what they call photosensitivity, and like you could burn really bad. But yeah, so what's happening here?
More questions.
More questions, okay. So that's a detailed question. And people ask if I have a script when I do short form video. Yes, I do, because I talk a lot. So anyways, they're all, we buy them. I don't make them, and that's why. What's the next question?
Well, this one you answered it in the video. It was, how do you figure out the blogging of the trays? You answered that. How do you decide whether to use the ladle or the small pot?
Okay, so that just depends, because like, okay, I've got one of the pots here, but like, when I use the ladle, it's because I made a really big batch of lip balm. So this fits about, I'd say about 4 kilograms, 8-ish pounds of lip balm. So to be holding that and trying to pour it into a tray, like that's just a pain in the butt. And if I want to use the small pot, it's like, it starts in here, I have to transfer it into the small pot and then pour it. So it's just easier when I'm making a really big batch. So this is when I'm doing more than, I can still use a pitcher if I'm doing 2 trays, but if I'm doing 3 or more, it goes into one of these things. And the ladle is just way easier to do it. So it's just like for simplicity's sake, like to not make less mess.
What is your current favorite flavor?
Chocolate cherry. I took one from like the leftovers of the advent calendars, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't save more.
And I got a specific one. How warm does the equipment get? I saw the video about how fast the lip balm set up, and a warmer was mentioned just now. Do you know the exact temperature? Just curious.
No, I don't know the exact temperature. It's not super hot though. Like the water. So the way this thing works, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's You know what? I'm gonna show it after. I have another one here, but it's filled with water, and the water never even boils. The water just forms a little bit of steam. So, and then the heat transfers to the pot, and like if I splash lip balm on me, I might be like, oh, actually it hurts a little bit, but it's not like a burn situation, so it's not super hot. Like I know the big melter, I don't think it gets. It goes to, we have it set to like 66 Fahrenheit, I think it is. So like it's nothing gets it especially hot. And like this is ready to go. It's been, I've been blabbering on. It's been set for a while. So yeah. So we're gonna do the scraping. This is Mario's the pro of this because he's always like, whenever you see videos, I'm scraping. He's just the one. So,
Yeah, we don't use AI here. Well, we do for certain things, I think.
I do when I can like make it do stupid stuff.
AI can't record videos like this yet.
I use it.
Actually, we need an AI, a robot that would be, controlled by AI.
Could you imagine if we had a robot?
That would cost a few
we would
$100,000.
just make it do the most stupid stuff.
It'd be fun.
I know. Okay, so I have to remember you guys are watching because normally I'm just like I just get it done. But what should we do? Like we'll just do like a satisfying. Okay, you ready? And I could have totally gone like a couple more rows on this. At least one more, but whatever. So yeah, like this is what I do. I just put in there. And then it melts. Okay. Yeah. So now we're just gonna put that there. I'm just gonna put the lid there because I found this has been like helping. I don't try to do things like super fast when we're just making lip balm, but considering you're just watching, I don't want it to take forever. But yeah, what was I saying I was gonna show? All of them. Yeah. I might not need help. No, I'm just gonna. Okay, walk your ears, it's gonna be loud. I'll show you. Oops. So I have another one of these things. And, well, this is just awkward. I'm gonna move on. So, yeah, big buffet tray. And then this part comes out. And you put some water in there. You don't even need that much water. It's about like a pitcher's worth, like a pitcher a little bigger than what I'm using for the lip balm. And then you put it on and it gets warm. And anything you put in there gets warm, but it'll never scorch because like it doesn't boil. So it's like an easy way to control the temperature and make sure that it always stays cooler. Well, or like it's a controlled heat. So when you make chocolate, that's one of the things that they'll have people do. They call it, is a double boiler and a bain marie the same thing?
I think it's the same thing.
Like double boilers, whatnot. Like I think bain marie might be like you buy yourself a fancy one, but we just call it all the same things. Like you take a pot and you put like another pot on top, and you've got the water boiling. I'm not sure if that makes sense. These guys though, these again are heated with water. But the way it works is different. They call them water jacket melters. So if you think about it, the melter is like a big pot, and it's wearing a jacket made of waters. I don't know if I'm like dating myself talking about this, but when I was a kid, my mom used to make slush for us, and we had these slush mugs. So they were basically plastic mugs, but in the wall of the plastic mug there was water, and you could put it in the freezer, and it would make it really, really cold, and then you put your Kool-Aid in there because we drank lots of Kool-Aid in the 80s, and you'd like stir it around after it had been there for a bit, and it would make like ice and it would be slushy. We just thought it was like the best thing. Mom, if you're watching, do you still have those? There was like, she she there?
No, she's not
No.
there.
Okay, my mom watches a lot.
It's got a few other questions.
I'm not done talking about the slushies yet.
Oh, right. Slushy.
So anyways, this is the opposite of the slushy. This makes things warm, so the water heats up, and it's just like a really nice, even heat. Because if you had an element, that part where the element, the foil goes, would get hot and it could scorch your ingredients. But this way, it's just always really nice and even, and it's like a low heat. Okay, what's the next question?
Can you make lipstick with glitter?
It depends what kind of glitter. Like, I guess, are they asking, is it possible to do that, or if I'm going to do it? I make like a tinted lip balm, and we use mica in it. That's like a kind of glittery substance. It's basically like crushed up rocks.
It'd have to not saturate it in the liquid.
Yeah, but like, let's say just glitter, like art glitter, that you're not supposed to do. There's like very specific types of things that you can put and not put in lip products. Sorry if that's like obvious. I never know about the question, and I have like a lot of really young followers, which I think is super cool. So like I never know what people's education level is around like the cosmetics and stuff. I love that he's like raising his hand. To some of your questions.
I have to.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay.
Okay, so are you a mighty team of two? Do you have any other employees?
No, at the moment it's just us. We used to be 4 of us, and now it's just me and Mario. So.
Okay, got another one. The tinted lip balms have a slight shine to them or metallic.
Yeah.
Not sure how to explain.
They do. It's because the micas that are in there, they're really pretty, like the colors, and they don't. I don't know. Like I just wish we could make all kinds of colors of tinted lip balm, like green and all, just because I think it's so pretty, but I don't think it's very practical. Like I don't know that we can sell a lot. I just want to play with colors.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Since the flavor scents used are made by you, does that mean that the ones you can make are restricted? Like if you want to make a pumpkin pie or pumpkin lip balm, but the manufacturer doesn't make them.
Yes, and it also, so I'm limited to what I can find, and also what's good. Because the first few years of me making this, of me making lip balms, oh my god, did I waste so much money. Like, I don't know if I'd call it wasting, but it was learning. So I would find a supplier, and I'd be like, oh my god, look at these flavors, they look amazing. And none of them are in Canada. So I would order the stuff, I'd pay a fortune, I'd get hit with duties and get there, I'd start opening these little jars, I'm like, this smells of nothing like I expected it to. And I find that with flavorings too, like you have to be really careful because you know when you go to like a dollar store and they have candles and they just like, they smell like dollar store candles. Like I feel like lip balm shouldn't smell like a dollar store candle. So a lot of times I buy flavors and I'm like, oh my god, it smells like a dollar store candle. And that's fine. Like if I'm lighting a dollar store candle, I know what I'm in for. But when I'm putting something on my lips, like I want it to smell as like true to the food. Like I want it to smell like a food thing, not like a Dollarama candle. We have Dollarama here in the US, you guys probably like Dollar Tree or something else. But yeah, okay. You guys probably want me to like get to the lip balm making part. So let's continue. We'll go see how the melting is coming along. Okay, I'm almost there. You want to come have a peek with the camera? So it melts really quick. And if I just smush it around, like basically the more surface area there is to the chunks of lip balm and the more it's in contact with the pot, the faster it melts. And if I give it a little stir. Okay, so this will be good in like a minute. Okay. I feel like I need like a longer divider. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna like red green it. How What's like MacGyver? These are all very Canadian.
Red green, that tells people how old you are when you say red
I know,
green.
but it's like very Canadian. Isn't MacGyver? Is MacGyver Canadian? Was MacGyver a US thing?
I think so.
MacGyver. Red green is like
Canadian.
MacGyver's like weird uncle who loves duct tape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Over here, let's move this. Okay. It looks like I made like a little tower when I look at it this way. But I did good.
It's pretty steady.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I want to like be able to get a good shot, but I feel like
That's good.
okay.
I think people are getting why you're doing this at this point.
I hope so.
The ones that they're not quite sure why you block things off, I think it's probably making more sense.
Okay. I hope so.
If not, well, don't worry.
Like I have some videos where like I try so hard, like, because I'll sit down and I write it. So when I don't do that, like I just word vomit all over the place. And I'm like, hey, this is nice and concise. And then other people are like, she's stupid, like, this doesn't make sense. Why is she doing it? I'm like, oh my God, I can't help you. I have no other words. Like I don't know how to explain it. And then I just hope like maybe somebody will come in the comments and have a better way of explaining it. Yeah. I always want to like yank it out. Like it's just fun to see like if I guessed that it's solid. It's not a very practical way to do things, but it's amusing.
You can see it solidify on the inside of the tubes. If you look closely, there's no lights there. Yeah, there. You can see like it solidifies wherever there's air touching the so on top a little bit and on the sides of the tubes. It's cooler, so it's pretty neat. It's better than watching paint dry, that's for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
But you know what's even better is like when I do a time lapse and then you can see it happen in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's always really cool.
That's better.
But yeah. It's almost done. Like now I can for sure pull that out.
Almost.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
I make a mess of things.
Perfect.
And the internet likes to remind me that they don't like it when I make a mess. Yes, I shouldn't touch it. I'm just making a mess.
OCD is a real thing.
It is.
It's a real thing, yeah.
I get sometimes people commenting who have like tryptophobia, like the fear of like the holes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can't help you. You need to swipe away if you're scared of holes. Like I can't not show the holes.
See, so this part here that's on top, it's overfilled because you don't want those little divots in the lip balms, or little holes. So that's going to be melted and put into those tubes. So step 1, step 2, and step 3.
I'm gonna have you do the video next time.
I can explain it if I sit down and kind of script it.
I think you should. And then we'll have people say, and then maybe you're the one who's going to start doing videos and people understand what you're saying more than what I say.
As long as I'm not tired. If I'm tired, I have a hard time finding words. The words are stuck in there somewhere and I can't get them.
That's okay.
Yeah. You don't have that problem.
No, I always have words. Like, so this one here is like a little goopy. So like we can just, because some people will ask like, what happens if you mess one up? And it's really hard to mess one up. And like sometimes if one of them is like messed up, it doesn't happen so much with the regular lip balm, but with the tinted lip balm, sometimes we'll realize there's like a huge air bubble in one of them because the tinted lip balm, not the tinted lip balm, the exfoliating. So we have a lip balm that's called an exfoliating lip balm, and it has really fine sugar in it, so that when you put it on your lips, you can rub your lips together, and it helps like smooth away the little pieces of dry skin. But when we pour that sets up really, really fast. So if I pour it just a touch too cool, like it starts to set up before the tube's full and we might get a bubble. And then in that case, it's like, it's for, I don't know, it's for we have like a bin, we call it like friends and family bin. And when we have like friends come over, like, you want a lip balm? But most of our friends have.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering why Sylvie's face lights up, like when she moves certain ways, it's because we've got a window up there and the sun, it's just at the right time that the sun comes in.
Because I'm magical and I love the lip balm.
Well, that too, yeah. You got, there's glitter coming out of your eyes.
He's full of crap now. Okay, we're gonna scrape. Oh, it's just not quite wide enough. And I kind of like scraping it when it was a little warmer. And I like that because then it melts faster. Everything is like based on the temperature.
And now we wait.
There's a lot of waiting involved. So normally, that's why I have a couple of things, because I'll try to do like a couple of batches at once. So that like while one thing is setting, I'm measuring, pouring something else, and I go back and forth and wiggle all the different things to make sure that like we don't get them mixed up. But yeah, okay, you're gonna see we've got questions now. This is more work than you thought it would be, isn't it?
I'm okay with it. Okay, there's quite. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay.
He's got like his hand on his face, like.
Okay, so first question: what's the difference between a lip balm and a lip butter?
Marketing. I think
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I think it's just marketing. Like it's just what you call it to make it sound appealing. That's pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much, and I think a lip butter, they might make sure that they've got like. So lip balms are made of normally three things. There's wax, butter, like cocoa butter, shea butter, and oils like coconut oil, olive oil, almond oil. So some people skip the butter part and they might just have like oil and beeswax. So I would assume that lip butter would for sure have like butters in it. Ours does, it has cocoa butter. So you can call them lip butters if you want. I call them lip balms because I figure everybody knows what that is.
So the next one is, what kind of labeling machine do you use?
We're going to show you. It's this one here. And
yeah, we've got a couple of those.
It's like we've got two, yeah. It's like a little manual thing. It's not automatic. It's one of the things people ask about too. Why don't you put a motor on that? I said, because it's fast enough already. And I before I buy any piece of equipment, I try to reach out to people I know that may have one of them and be like, how are you liking your thing? And by that, I mean, like, I'm not, because I always say, like, I can't help people with specific requests for figuring out equipment, because, like, how many people do we get asking us for stuff? Like, we're always, like, inundated with so much. So if I start doing consulting for people, it's like a little much, but like other people, I have like a lot of friends who have businesses similar, so we'll talk and share knowledge. So it's not that I don't share knowledge with anyone, it's just I can't share knowledge with everybody all the time, or else I wouldn't have time to actually run the business. So I'll always check with people and say, like, you got a labeler, how do you like it? And I do the same for them. If they come and ask me, I'll be like, okay, I have this, I like it for that. And I think that's one of the reasons I don't necessarily always want to share about equipment on social media, because sometimes there's things about certain pieces of equipment that like I don't like, but I don't want to go making a video about it and basically blasting that supplier, because if I didn't like something because the very specific like usage case that I have, I don't want it to be hurting their business, and especially now that I have like such a huge following. But yeah, so we have that machine, and it's not automated because a lot of people told me that their automated machines will break down a lot. And this, what I like is like it can't break down, it works with your fingers. So Mary was going like this. He wants me to be quiet because there's no questions.
Well, no, it's just, you're good. So does the lip balm ever slip under the blocks?
Sometimes, but like it'll usually just like fill one. And yeah, it might not be like it usually fills it enough to, and it's not super perfect, you just fix the top.
And Oceana again. You're very inquisitive, Oceana. That's great. We've got a future lip balm maker here.
That was one of the names. Wasn't that one of the names you were thinking about for one of the kids?
I think so, yeah.
It's a pretty name.
It's a beautiful name. What would happen if you used a non-foil blocks when pouring into the lip balm?
If I would, the foil just makes my life easier. Like I have to scrub like every little bit of the tinted lip balm off all the equipment before we run it through the dishwasher to sanitize it, or else it's gonna like dye the inside of the dishwasher and it gets stuck in there and it's just, I hate it. So if I wrap something in foil, it's a lot easier afterwards for me to clean up, unwrap, toss the foil, and then if there's like a little bit that got on the block, like I can just wipe it off, but it's just basically for ease of washing. These though, that just get lip balm on them, the dishwasher's totally fine with that, so I don't bother wrapping them in foil to like use more foil than I need, but the tinted, I was like, it's worthwhile. Oh, he's got a question again. Yes, Mario.
Do your colorful lipsticks have taste too?
So they have smell. None of our lip balms have a lot of taste. So like you put it on, you open the tube, you smell it, and you're like, oh my god, it smells really good. And then you put it on, and you do a little lip sniff thing, and it smells really good. And then you lick your lips, and you're like, oh, it doesn't really taste like anything. So that's what most of our lip balms are like, except the exfoliating ones, because they have sugar, so you'll taste sugar. But the tinted ones, they have like what we call a flavor that doesn't taste like anything. So it smells good. Like let's say the black cherry granita, that's one of the names of the shades, but it also smells like black cherry. There's one that's like rhubarb. I always get messed up when I have to say it in English. Compote? Like I'm French, so like I want to say like rhubarb compote, but like compote with rhubarb. But it smells like rhubarb. So okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. There's more questions? Now he has more questions. Okay, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Okay, so we're gonna play a Houdini trick here. We're gonna see as we go. So you can kind of see why normally I try to make a bigger batch, because all of this sectioning stuff is just like on a tiny batch. It just takes quite a while. But we're doing it today because it's fun. Okay.
Oh, you could have probably gotten 2 more.
Okay, this is the Houdini.
There, 2 more, yeah. Perfect.
Okay. These might be like a little divot. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. And like look at inside the pot. This is just like what's stuck on the pot because the pot is cooler. Like this part of the pot's cooler than that part. So that's why at some point you just have to be like, I can't keep going with this. Like, see, this is like a fair amount. Might do like a half a tube.
No, that's not quite a tube yet.
But if I melt it, and then when I try to pour it out, a bunch of it's gonna get stuck here before it even makes it out. You know what I mean? So like, you gotta call it at some point and be like, my sanity is worth more.
Yeah. Decisions.
Yeah. And if you hear a sound in my videos, like a rattling sound, it's that thing.
Yeah.
It makes like, especially if I speed up the video, you really hear it because it like condenses the sound, or I don't know if condense is the right word, but you know the right word.
Yeah, it's the heating element that's making that noise.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like I'm wearing a heating element. These are warm. I should try and like, I don't know, make this stylish. You remember, did the girls do that in school? Like when you would get like a free t-shirt, but they were always like the ugly, like boxy free t-shirts, and they like cut them out and try to do something.
No.
No, you don't know.
No.
You guys probably know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I should try to do that. It wouldn't be practical. It wouldn't be for when I make lip balm. It would just be a project because I need more projects. I don't have enough stuff to do, right?
Well, that. You got enough to do. You're good.
I tried to like start a whole new thing yesterday. I was like, I should start making wax melts, which like it's not a terrible idea. But you ever have those moments where you just start to have a bunch of ideas and everything is the best idea in the world?
It was the coffee.
Mine are usually, I was just gonna say, are usually fueled by caffeine, which I realized was the case yesterday. And then I talked to a couple of my business friends, and they like talked me out of it, and they're like, you need to make a list of like regular things and shiny things. And I'm like, okay, I think, because I come up with a lot of shiny things, and they sound fun, and then you start doing them, and you just start losing your mind. Meanwhile, the boring thing has like, so basically the idea we decided on, Mario, was that when our house is clean, I can start doing shiny things.
Okay.
Because I will like, there will be like a long list of things I need to clean and organize at home. But like I will go to like the top thing on the shiny list over here and be like, let's come up with something new. But, yeah. Okay, so yeah, these have little holes. So like.
It wasn't deep enough, that's why. The little pool was not deep enough.
See, like if I would have kept it, it would have been perfect, but it's okay.
And that is one of the big reasons for the sectioning off. I can't even say that, sectioning off.
You know what? I think I might have enough. I'll do one of these corner ones as like a demo after to show what happens if you fill it like just to the top. So I think, can you see what I'm doing? I can't tell what you're filming. Well, I have like, I fucked up a lot of this stuff. Okay, so this is what's left. I think we'll get two. I think. But you see what I mean? This is like a lot of waiting around for two lip balms. Okay, and then what I'll do here is like if I go like this and end up smoothing. When it's a little hole like that, I don't mind doing that. But if it's like a big dip,
You want to make sure you get your money's worth. The little hole is, it's you know, room for more lip balm. Come on.
well, I just like how it looks better too.
Oh yeah. Well, remember when we used to melt the tops at the beginning?
Yeah, and a lot of people tell me to do that, and then that they would like melt it, and then they'd start like going to the side, and that was driving me nuts. It depends. I get people telling me like, "Oh, I do this, and it's fine. I have a lip balm company too," and it's like it's not that what they're saying doesn't make sense, but a lot of stuff will change from one formula to an next, because depending on the ingredients that you use, the melting point might be slightly different. Like, you know, if you use a lip balm and you put it on and it's like kind of hard to go on at first, and then the more you put it on, it starts to soften. That means the melting point is higher. And if you put one on and it's like kind of all greasy already and like it feels kind of too soft, that's because the melting point is low. So if you have one where the melting point is higher, then you could pop a heat gun on this and it will start to like soften the tops. But the melting point for mine, by the time the tops are softened, they're starting to like splash out the sides, and it's not like the effect that I'm going for. So that's why. So when people tell me stuff, it's like, it's not that what you're saying doesn't make sense for you. It's not that you're lying about what you do for your business, but it's like, it works for your business because you've been like making your own lip balm with your own formula, and that works for you. Of course, you know what you're doing, and I'm doing my thing, and I know what I'm doing. So that's that. And now the sun fully, like, it's nice.
Yeah, we need to block that window for lives.
But I'm a little blinded right now. Okay, so is that melted?
It's ready.
It's ready. Okay. So now there's no things. We're just gonna make a bubble on top of it. Okay. It looks like little eyeballs. Hello. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have enough to do. Here, I'll like use this to do a demo of the other one. That one will be for us. Because I'll do a corner and try to show people what happens if you don't fill it all the way.
And if there are some questions, I'm sorry, but I can only do one thing at a time.
I know, I gave him a hard job.
We need one of the kids here to do this. Well,
No.
not the youngest one, definitely the older one. She could probably take care of that at some point.
Yeah, I think she probably, that's what she told me. She says she wants to work for us and she's gonna do videos.
Yeah, but she wants to get paid though.
I know.
No pay, no go.
Well, so far we've paid them with sushi.
Yeah, they
A
like
couple of
that.
times. A couple of times when we've had like thousands of lip balms to do. And this was before we figured out it was a good idea to put the batch codes before we poured the lip balm. But we'd have the lip balms and we'd be like, okay, do you want to stick the batch codes underneath? Because at least those, if they're a little crooked, it's not the end of the world. But
So now everybody knows how boring it is making lip balm. Well, not boring. It's just there's a lot of waiting, and sometimes you just kind of like sit there and you're like, okay.
yeah. So like, let's say I was doing 5 trays. It almost takes, this pouring part takes about the same amount of time because I'll get the pot that I was showing you guys earlier. I line up 5 of these trays and then I just like ladle it all in, and the last tray or 2, like if I'm doing 5 trays, there'll probably be 2 of them that I need to section off. And, but the other ones, like, it just takes a couple of minutes, we scrape it off, flip it over, we can start capping it. But it's like when you get into the sections that it can take a while like that. And like I said, this one, I ended up doing more sections than I normally would, just because it's a very small batch. And I don't know. I'm really winging it. I don't make this size very often, so. Oh, it looks like it's crying. It's crying lip balm tears.
Yeah.
I want to scrape it now. I'm like a little bit evil. I want to go like,
Yeah.
just cause that's me. This is the most quiet I've had in a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think we're good.
Okay.
You want to make a sound effect?
Okay. Go.
Okay. Okay, this isn't going to be enough for. Oh, maybe. Here, I'm going to put like a little extra to fix them. There. So these guys are good. And I'm just going to wait for this stuff. I'm going to try and show you what I mean, like when they don't get. So you see what I mean? This is a lot of work to try and get like one last lip balm out. And when I say it costs more, it's because like, so let's say I had employees.
That's time.
Yeah, and I'm paying them $20 an hour. So in an hour, they can get like so many things done. But then if they spend like 15 minutes on making like one last lip balm when they could have gotten started on a whole other tray, like it ends up being more expensive. Okay, so I'm gonna move this way. The tricky part is like to stop pouring when.
Right there. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. And now we watch this dry.
But there's still some stuck there. What will we do?
You can drink it. That would be a make fun.
You know what would be good in a slushy mug? Like this flavor.
Yeah.
You're
so.
just agreeing with me. I don't think you know what I'm talking about.
I'm enjoying the drying process.
I know, you're just tuning me out.
No.
Watching that.
Yeah. Well, this is more interesting. Sorry.
I know. It's more your kind of thing. You're like a watch the fireplace channel kind of guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's doing the thing.
The thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we'll call it now. say the reason why we divide the trays is so that we can overfill our lip balms so that they won't do the thing.
The thing.
Yeah.
I think it's what it is the humidity gets out of it, maybe. Is that what it is? Is that why it shrinks?
It's a physics thing. It's a
Well,
science
yeah, because
thing
there is no humidity in them.
like I'm not.
Yeah.
What I find funny is that sometimes people think I know all the things and I don't. I don't know all the things. Like our kids think I know all the things and I don't.
None of us do.
I know. I don't know all the things. Does it scare you sometimes when you think about all the things you learned in school and then how many of them you forgot?
I forgot like 90% of it.
I know, I remember how to do percentages, and I'm like so proud of myself that I remember how to do that. Like
I can do percentages. I forgot 90% of the stuff.
That's my badge of honor. Is like,
oh my God.
And kids, if you want to be a lip balm maker, you need to know percentages.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do a thing here. Let's I don't know if that shows it better. But...
Yeah, you can see the big dip in there.
So even this one, I ended up filling a little bit more, so what happens if I spray?
Yeah, there's a hole in it like that.
Like more of a hole. Even this one's not like too bad because it was like a little domed when I poured it. But also, can you imagine trying to like pour them all one by one where you have just enough?
And the hole goes pretty deep too.
Yeah.
So you're missing about 0.035 cents of lip balm in there.
The internet's going to troll you for saying that, just so you know.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Put that there. You want to put what should we do? We're going to cap now. You want to hold that, or do you want to? Oh, you know what we don't have? We don't have a bin to like put the cap ones in. Okay, so this one's mine.
Got a cap in?
Like, no, I have a cap in, but I need a bin with like a, you know, when you put a sticker on it, put it on the shelf, like the Oreos. Okay, it's coming back. We're almost prepared. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my gloves because my gloves get really greasy. And when I'm capping, I have to touch every single tube. And if I touch it with my greasy gloves, it makes a mess. So I'm just going to switch my gloves, just wait for my hands to like breathe a little bit. But yeah, that's what it's like to do. So we just do make the lip balm like on a different scale. Like when we're doing production, we'll do. Oh, I could just put it there. We'll do like hundreds and even. I think our record is probably like 5,000 in a day, or is it 3,000? No, because we only have 15 trays. 15 times 225, whatever that is. That's the record for a day because we have 15 of these trays. Okay.
I've got some more questions.
Quite
a few of them. I've been going for a while. Sorry, guys.
We're gonna get a better setup. If you guys enjoyed this, let us know.
Yeah.
If you guys enjoyed this, share it, and we'd love to have more people popping on and learning about what we do and asking us questions, and then I'll get a monitor so I can read them. Although I'm kind of having fun bugging Mary about it.
All right. So, are the lipstick tubes made from recycled materials?
They are made. Oh, what is it? It's like
polyethylene? No.
I forget. I don't. They're recyclable, but they're not made of recycled materials. And yeah, but you can recycle them. Well, that's what I have like a thing about recycling. I get a little frustrated about it because it's very different from one area to the next. So you have to check and see if they're recyclable in your area. Like our area, you can't recycle glass. Like I don't get it. Where we used to live, you could. Yeah, they're recyclable, but not made with recycled materials.
So my friend was wondering, what's the difference between lipstick and tinted lip balms? Is it just that lip balm moisturizes?
Well, that's like bit of a difference. You can get some lipsticks that would be moisturizing, but I thought I would do a short on that to show. I don't have a lipstick here, but so if you think about lip balm, like this, it goes on clear, and it might just be a little shine to it because it's oily, but it's clear. If you get a tinted lip balm, they can have a various amount of tint, but basically the idea is when you put it on, it's not opaque. You would still be able to see a bit of your lip color through it. With a lipstick, they have different ingredients in them that it would be opaque, so you should not be seeing any of your lip color, your natural lip color through. And a lot of times, because of the formula, what they're putting in it to make it opaque, they might not be as moisturizing, but I'm not, okay, to say I'm not a big lipstick user is a flat out lie. I'm not a lipstick user. Like, I don't remember the last time I put on some lipstick. So formulas, they have changed a lot over the years, but tinted lip balm definitely will probably be more moisturizing than like a long-lasting, a long-wear lipstick, because I know I've heard they were drying back when I did used to use lipstick, and I've heard from a lot of people that they are, but it's more the coverage that is the difference with that. He's like going like this.
What happens if you scrape it off before it has had a chance to solidify?
It's just like a little bit like gooey. Earlier, I don't know if you caught it on the camera, Mario, but like if I move some of the dividers, it's like if you took a candle and you lit it for a little while, then you blew it out and you came to it and you wanted to check if the wax was solid and it wasn't, and then you stick your finger in it and it's like just kind of gooey. So that's what would happen, and the tops would be a little gooey, and then when it would all harden, I could pass over it again and make it nicer.
Oh, your mom is there now?
Hello, Mom. My mom is in Eastern, so she's like, Mom, find the slush mugs. She'll be like, what? What is she talking about? Okay, so I'm going to start capping now. Do you want to come look at that, or is there still more important questions? Mario's as he needs to be. And I'm laughing at him because he had like a big cup of coffee before we started. There's no peeing yet. There's no, oh, you know what would be sweet if I could like.
If I could wear a diaper?
No, if I could turn on the melter and like drain the melter and it sounds like pee and it looks like pee and I could just watch you like dance around because you really need to pee really bad.
No, I don't like the uncomfortableness of that.
I'm a nice wife. I just pain in the butt. Okay. We pull it out. Put a cap on it. But I don't usually do it so dramatically, but.
Yeah, we do it really, really, really fast. Usually. Super fast.
And we try to do like rhythm, the song.
If you follow a rhythm, an actual rhythm, you can go really fast.
Except I don't have rhythm.
That's not like me, because I play drums, but.
So Mario, yeah, you don't just play drums. Mario's a musician. He writes music. Drums is like his instrument, but he can play like a few different instruments. And he's with me. And when we first met, I was like, what's a bass anyways? Like, do you need that in a song? And he was just like, who is this girl? And
you don't know what bass is?
I didn't know what it was. Like, I didn't know.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't. They're like, bass. Isn't that the thing that goes?
No, it's like ace of base. I saw a sign. Like that's bass for me. I don't know how we ended up together, dude. Like I don't know. And now you work for a lip balm company. Like yeah. What? We met on a dating website called Plenty of Fish. Apparently, it's a little scuzzy.
Now it is, yeah. I don't. Well, that's what I heard. Not that I'm still there. Don't worry.
I think we should like rewrite a dating profile and be like, for how we ended up. Like if we were looking for the people that we have like turned out to be.
Yeah, we should create a profile and see what kind of hits we get.
No, like just for fun about each other. You can be like, I'm looking for a woman who runs a lip balm company, who's a bad cook, is not a morning person, and turns into like a magical unicorn that will not stop spewing ideas
After coffee.
After coffee. Yeah. And I'd be like, I'm looking for a really sweet man who, despite not being into lip balm, will film tutorials and put up with my lack of knowledge of music and cooking skills.
Quite a few
There.
interesting hits, I think.
No, like I just not to put it out there.
Oh, I thought you meant like we build a profile and put it out there and see what kind of people that we could.
No, like
draw.
to say like about who, because like when we wrote our profiles back then, we attracted each other, but that's not what we wrote. We wrote like all the nice crap that we write.
Yeah.
Well, no, we wrote weird stuff. I wrote that I like Cheerios, but I do like Cheerios. So I'm done now.
Okay, perfect.
I didn't tell you what I was doing. I think it was obvious what I was doing. Okay, now we're gonna switch. Now we can like take off the freaking plastic stuff. Okay, this one's still good.
No more protective stuff.
Oh, it's very hot. So put all that away. And why don't you put that there?
Okay.
And you're gonna come on camera. And you are going to. Here, I'm gonna just move this. No, you don't need to touch anything. You don't need to touch anything. Don't touch anything. He's gonna touch the computer. I'm like, don't touch anything. Okay. So what we'll do, I will move all this stuff over here. And I'm gonna get rid of the paper. It's full of wax. Okay, now you come here, and the machine, there, that's the Mario show. Oh, they didn't even know what you look like yet. You didn't come on the camera. That's Mario.
Hi. So right now I am going to put the labels on the labeler.
Okay, I'm gonna come and like do the close-up of it.
I'd love to give a very detailed way of doing this because I don't think anybody's gonna. This is not a life skill, by the way.
What do you mean it's not a life skill? Actually, that's like one of the must-haves in my dating profile. Must know how to switch the labels on the labeling machine in less than 30 seconds. Like, that's a deal breaker.
Where's my torque?
Your what?
My key.
Oh, I don't know.
Uh-oh. See, we're missing a piece right now. So just.
Is it on the table? Okay. Well, this is like what I look like. I probably have a big line from the hairnet. You didn't, where's the other ones at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna put this back here and I'll come in front of the camera. And I have, I'm so sorry. Where, go over there. It was, okay, I'm gonna look. You stay there.
Oh no.
I'm gonna look. I think
1 minute, please. You couldn't.
It's right here. See?
Oh, you got it? Okay, perfect. She got it.
The key.
This is what I'm talking about right here. This thing. So it's just to. So when you put the label inside this device, you have to tighten it like that. This is called a collar.
No.
It's
So thingamajiggy.
It's a thingamajig. And
Thingamajig.
you got to put this to tighten
The doohickey.
the doohickey.
Yes.
And then this is how you put the paper through. You have to feed it a certain way. So you take one label like that.
So it's in patent. That's the patent.
Yeah.
I'm going into French words now.
So then you have to feed it, make it loop all the way through. That. And that's it. So you just pull on this, put it through the roller, and then you just pull until you see the label come out, the first little label. It's gonna come out. And there it is. And
Okay, so why don't you push yourself comfortable? Like,
okay.
because I'm going to come the other side, because that looks like it's really not a comfortable way to do it. I don't know what I did with the thing. Or you want me to go on this side?
It doesn't matter.
We had an empty bin and I'm not sure what we did with it. Why is it there now? Okay. We're more organized than this when we're not on the air. No, we're not. We're not. We look around for things a lot. I think everybody looks around for things a lot.
So what I want to do is I want to make sure that it's aligned correctly, and then you just push like that.
Okay, everybody wants to know, do another one. People ask me this all the time. I've never done a video to explain. Okay, go slow-mo.
Okay.
Okay, they want to know why you do that, why you rub it there.
Because there is a seam right here. This is where the one end meets the other. And what happens if you don't do that sometimes is it doesn't stick all the way. There's a bit of a gap there. And if you throw this in the bin, and there's another one like that, they'll actually stick together like this because of one end sticking out like that and the other one sticking out like that, and then they just kind of stick together. Also, we used to have labels that really did not work well, and I did thousands of them, and it's just out of, I think,
So
kind of out of habit.
The answer is bitterness. Mario does this out of bitterness.
No, I guess so, yeah. See, right now I'm not in a comfortable position because it's too low for me, but this is just for a demonstration. I wouldn't do it this way if I was doing, a full tray of like 250.
That's okay. You only have 75.
230. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I could go much, much quicker. But I'm not. And that's it. So, and now what I can do to go quicker is I can.
I want to see if I can like
move this
set it down.
thing, butt it.
And I can go look at questions. Oh, I guess you probably don't want to answer questions. But maybe there's questions for you.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm going to go see.
Okay.
I want to see. Okay, I think we can see. Let's go see it from over there. Yeah, we need a better setup.
Oh, yeah. As long as everybody finds it interesting and fun to watch.
Oh my God, okay. How has Mario supported you in your business venture? Name a way that Mario has not supported me in my business venture. There's too many ways to count. So when I said I was going to make a bunch of lip balms in our kitchen, he was like, okay. And when I said I just spent like $200 on like things to make lip balms in our kitchen, he's like, okay. And then when I said I want like a whole room so I can make lip balms, and he's like, okay, let me put some flooring in there for you. Like right from the start when it was just this little thing. And I think that was the thing, right from the start when I said I want to start a lip balm business. And a lot of people looked at me like I was nuts. They were like, oh, what else are you going to sell? Oh, that's a cute hobby. And I'd be like, no, like not for a hobby, for a business. But he never talked to me like that. He always took it seriously. And there's a lot of, like, I had to put a lot into this over the years. And if you're with a person that, like, you have a partner that has to put a lot into something, it means that they need support. They're not always going to be around for all kinds of other stuff because they're busy working on trying to get their business started. And like he was just always there to support me and tell me it was good. And there's a lot of self-doubt that happens, and he was always there to like perk me up and give me a pep talk, and a lot of crying about bookkeeping. And he would like give me the Kleenex. And he started working with me in 2018. And like, I honestly don't know a lot of dudes that would want to like not work a quote unquote regular job to come and do stuff for their wife's lip balm company for not a lot of money, because like, we were not making a lot of money in 2018. We still don't make like tons of money, but at least like we earn a good living now. But there was a lot of risk, and he was just along for the ride and supporting me even when I was starting to doubt myself and think I was crazy. So like I don't really.
Well, you are kind of crazy, but you know.
I am. I think that's that's what we need to put in our dating profiles. Looking for someone crazy who
Slightly
like
crazy.
wants the same, that they can feel normal together.
Yeah.
But yeah, he like sometimes I think about it and I'm like, how lucky am I that he just he's let me run with this to the point where we are now. And not only that, like he's like jumped in and he works alongside me now. Like it's really freaking cool. That's so I'm gonna start crying.
I'm not old-fashioned when it comes to, like I know maybe a generation before mine or a couple generations before mine, it was the lady stays at home and the man works. I know that's super outdated now. I don't believe that's true. I don't believe it should be that way. Yeah, the fact that I don't earn more than my wife does not bother me. For some men that might be a problem. I'm not sure. But, everybody has their own beliefs, and I believe in being supportive. She always wanted to. Well, when I met her, I found out that I had a mint allergy because she had a mint lip balm on her lips. So it was like the kiss of death. So basically, like, lip balm could have killed me. Anyways, that's a long story, but it's a funny one. But anyways, yeah.
Do you want to answer a question?
Sure.
Okay, so Oceana is asking if we get the labels custom made by another company, would it be like a label company or a sticker company? So it's a label company, because I don't know if you know that, but do you want to answer? Because I think you know about labels.
Well, they're not, it's not that they're, I guess you can't say really custom, because they're actually, they're made the way they're made. They don't make special looking labels for us. The only thing they do for us though is they print them the way we want them to be
They
printed.
did a custom shape for us.
Oh, did they? Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't be answering this question. Because I wasn't the one that ordered the labels actually, so for me it's.
Yeah, America handles a lot of stuff with labels, but I'm usually the one that orders them.
Somebody does the ordering because she likes to look at different options, and I get bored at looking at a computer looking at options. So no, thanks.
But basically, if you work, there are some sticker companies they'll make stickers, and a lot of people can use those for labels on different types of products. But if you're looking for something that's waterproof or something that, I think the technical term they use for this is like tight mandrel, that like it's really a tight curve and you need like special adhesives. So if you start getting to a point where it's like kind of complex, it's good to work with the label company because they'll understand all of that stuff, and then they can make any shape that you want, but you have to get a die made. So it's like basically a big cookie cutter that like cuts out the shapes of the labels that you want. So sometimes like if you want just a plain square, they will probably have a plain square and you don't have to pay to have a die made. But if we wanted like that specific shape of lip balm, even like the little tiny ones, you have the little tiny ones, we had to pay to get a die.
That's a special die, yeah.
Yeah, because
so I guess
nobody
they did actually make custom stuff for us, so Shanna.
But
don't ask me yet.
But yeah,
this is not my department.
But you can totally go. So now, let's say you were to go to the same company that makes these labels. They already have the die there because I paid for it. So it's like they have a library of these cookie cutters, and then other people.
And by the way, now what I'm doing is I'm putting the cap stickers in.
Here,
cap stickers is another little.
Here, let's move this. And I'll come show that. Let me see if I can just like bring this closer. It's on a little cart. I guess that's like semi.
And again, this isn't the way I would normally set myself up. Usually I would probably sit down and do this, maybe watch something while I'm doing it, so it's not as
No, I don't let him sit. No sitting.
Yeah.
No sitting.
And I find like if I'm sitting down and I'm in a rhythm, I can go much quicker. But we all label. I mean, I label, Sylvie labels. We had an employee a little while ago that labeled, and we all kind of pitch in because especially when there's quite a few to make. If it's only one person, it would take a very long time.
Okay, so there's another question. You can answer this.
Can I? Okay.
Yeah. Do you
Sure.
eyeball the placement of the labels, or is there a guide for the labeling?
For the labeling itself, for the lip balm labels, there's a guide. The guide is, it's these pieces here, and you can actually adjust them. So when the lip balm is butted against the guide like that, it'll basically align itself to where the label is coming out of this gap. I'm not sure if I'm saying the right words, but yeah. Yeah. But when it comes to the actual cap stickers, no, there's no guide. I have to eyeball that. So when I put it on, I know approximately where it is. So that's.
Some people are good at it, and some people are not good at it.
If ever you get a lip balm and it's really off center, it probably means either I was really tired,
or my dad came to help,
or Sylvie's, or Marcel came to help, or maybe I don't know, maybe I was watching something and I got to a really like interesting part. I was like, oh my God, and I went like this, like that. But you're never going to get that, because every time when we pick lip balms, if there is a label that's really crooked, if I see it, I will replace it. So as I pick, I do quality check as well.
So I have a question right now.
Okay.
How badly do you need to pee?
It's subsided now for some reason.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put this here. And then now it's the Mario show. You got a show now. Okay, let's see what other questions we've got. Okay, my mom totally knows what we're talking about, or the slush marks. Okay. We'll leave all the questions. There's a lot of questions. I'm like so excited that you guys are all here. Okay. So I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly. Thralin thinks it's kind of endearing if they aren't perfect, because it shows an actual person was doing it.
Yeah.
And that's interesting, because that's like part of what went into like our brand design. When we first started, I had just like put together some design stuff like for labels on my own. But then eventually I wanted to have something nice, and it was before Canva. Why are you making me work? I keep getting shocks from everything all the time. I'm like electric. But so we work with this really cool agency in Moncton that put together like our logo and design like labels for us. So if you see the logo here, one of the things that they talked about, like in their, because it was like so cool, like they had us come in, they did a presentation, they pitched it like on the screen, they had all of those.
It was pretty
like,
cool.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the cooler things that we've done. But this particular design, they were saying that like there's like circles in some of like our designs, but they're not perfect circles. And they did a lot of it like deliberately because they wanted it to translate into the handmade nature of what it is we do. And I know that's probably lost on a lot of people. But anyways, I enjoyed that they were thinking about all of the elements of our business when.
That's why they're the pros.
Yeah.
That's why they do what they do, and they still do it. They have a new building, it looks really nice. They're pros, they're fun to work with.
The other thing that I thought was super cool.
See, for example, this now, there's a flaw in the cap.
Oh, yeah.
And I can see it right now. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, quality check. What do I do with this? I'll put it aside. If it's salvageable, we'll salvage it. If not, we can either throw it away or give it to someone that doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, like usually like our friends.
Or we'll use it, or actually we'll use it too. Because we're really particular.
Yeah, it's like there's already so many, not like so many, but like you come across stuff when you're making it that are almost perfect and that we can't sell. So to make the last little bit of like a really half-empty tube is like it's just not worth it.
And these tubes are probably made like a few thousand a minute. So I mean they're made so quickly that there's defects in them. This one had like a bit of a, if you look at the inside, it just looks like there's a bit of like a plastic shaving.
It's almost like it looks like etched inside of it or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
It's really weird.
I'm not sure.
It's not perfect.
We just started using a new supplier for our tubes. We had been using the same supplier since I started. And like they just all of a sudden did not have tubes. They keep saying that they're gonna come back, but like they haven't had lip balm tubes for about 4 months. Oh my god, that was like a slowly progressing heart attack when I kept checking. Like I had enough because I always buy a lot of lip balm tubes because they're kind of important. If we run out of lip balm tubes, like we're screwed. But yeah, I had to find somebody else, and I think that was probably one of the more stressful moments in the business, like realizing before Christmas that
No
we have a
tubes, no
limited
balms.
number of tubes and we can't order more. Like
Yeah, a supply chain issue could ground us pretty easily.
yeah.
It only takes one. It only really takes one supply chain issue. I mean, if we can't get it locally, we're sitting ducks basically.
It feels so funny, both of us like hovering over these little roll of stickers. Usually we just, yeah, one of us will be at one desk and the other one's at another desk. Or sometimes we'll do them at home.
Well, also this is much lower. I would usually be sitting in.
Yeah, like this is perfect for when we're making the lip balms.
Oh yeah,
and
but
stuff,
to do this,
yeah.
oh my back would. Yeah.
Can we see what else is happening?
Chiropractor, help me.
Okay, so Marcel is my dad. He just heard us mention his name. He's laughing, but yeah, it wasn't funny. I was like, so. It was like 1 year before Christmas, and my parents were visiting, and my dad said he wanted to help, only like he was putting them on so crooked. I had to take them all off and restart, and I was just like very stressed. So we've been laughing at it ever since. I think it was the year I turned 40, so it was like almost like 5-6 years ago. Oh my god.
Almost done. And then we can go packing orders. Whoever ordered some.
Okay, and that's perfect segue because Vanessa is asking when are these going up for sale, and they're actually up on the website now. Let me pop the link.
I'm not sure there's probably not that many left.
I don't know if there's any left. Let me see if I can get into
Because
Shopify.
last time I checked, we sold quite a few of them. So I'm not sure how many we have left.
Let me see if I can get in from this computer.
Oh, check the stock.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see if it lets me. It's like, oh, check your phone. My phone is live streaming. Okay. 1207. Okay. I'm French. I count in French. All the numbers are in French.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, it's coming up. This computer is just a little slow. Oh, it says there's 22 still. So
Okay.
yeah. So if you guys want to buy this, they're on the website right now. They should be in like a main, when you get there and you click lip balm.
-1.
Oh, -1. Oh, I should go. I think I didn't put, I put the stock a few short just in case.
That's ours.
Yeah. But yeah, you can get one. And what I want to try and do.
They are finished.
Yeah.
They're now finished.
Is I'm hoping we'll keep doing these live streams. Ouch! I keep getting shots.
You got shot there, so
So
they are completely finished. You have just witnessed lip balms being made from A to Z.
Yeah. I don't even know what my hair looks like. I was excited this morning because I was like, I don't need to do my hair. I have to wear a hairnet, but now it might look atrocious. But yeah, we want to keep doing more live streams. And what we did this time is we had people vote on which flavor they wanted, and then I put it up for people to pre-order earlier this week. And that gives me an idea of how big of a batch to make. So I think we had like sold something like 44 when I got in this morning. So I'm like, okay, we'll round it up to 75. I know that's not logical rounding up. In my brain, 75 is a perfectly logical number. So I don't know when we're gonna do next time, probably in a couple of weeks. And I was thinking we would make our beaver butts lip balm. So it sounds weird because it is. There's no beaver butts in it, and that's the whole point. And I think that's a story we're gonna have to tell when we do the beaver butts thing. So, was there any other important questions? Because I think we're probably good now. We gotta by we I mean you. We're gonna go back to orders for all the people who bought the peaches and cream.
That's it.
You don't have any like hand raised. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I'm really glad that you joined us and you had so many questions. And if you enjoyed this, please share with a friend, have them meet us next time. If you want to get one of the peaches and cream, there's 22 left as of like 2 minutes ago.
21.
21. Oh, okay. So there's $7 US, $9 Canadian, plus shipping. So if you want to get something else, that is all good. If you are brand new to us, you can actually, when you sign up for our mailing list, when you get to our site, you can save 10% off your first order. So look for that. There's like a big pop-up. It will find you. You don't need to find it. It will find you. But we only ship to Canada and the US. Just if you're joining us from another country, we're like so glad you're here. We just unfortunately can't ship to you. That's another long story, regulations, blah, blah. But yeah, thank you very, very much. And yeah.
Au revoir, les amis.
You want to come say goodbye? Okay. And I will say goodbye, and I'm going to hit the button. And if you're watching the replay, let us know what your questions are.
Bye-bye.
It feels like we're saying goodbye to like little children. Like,
Until next time.
Like when our kids. Okay.
Until next time.
And stream.